I'm going to explain exactly what we just talked about. So, John, when you're at home in front of the mirror, your first movement from the top of your backswing we talked about is that little lateral movement. And how far do you go? That left hip's going to move somewhere around 6 inches forward till it's in line with the lead shoe, the outside of the lead shoe. And then, of course, what's really important is as you bump forward, you don't move your upper body forward. You're just going to, there you go, and then you turn through. So here I'm just demonstrating a little bit of lateral shift toward the target. And that left hip's going to be in line with the left shoe. That's what I'm saying there. And then as you finish the swing, you're going to squeeze your knees together, come up onto your right toe, and your left leg will be in full extension, meaning straight. So here you are. Now there, that's really good because you're loaded up and you're turning your pelvis properly. Now, as we talked about, sometimes you were doing this on your backswing. Your hips were sort of shifting forward toward the target, and you were actually loaded on your left foot at the top of your backswing, and then you would go the other way coming down. Well, we don't want to do that. So I want you to
bump it, keeping the weight on the heel of the left foot, and then come through.
Right. So what I'm referring to right at the moment is when you turn your hips to the right or rotate to the right, I don't want you to load to the left, push out your hips forward. So when I say turn your hips to the right, make sure that your hips are turning as if they're in a cylinder. Okay, if I had you in a pickle barrel, right? Yeah, there you go. I want you to turn. I don't want you to go that way. So when you turn and shift your hips forward, then you're out of position. So that's something to pay attention to when you're practicing. Here I'm explaining the bump. When you have at the top of your backswing some lateral movement, you create some upper body tilt, which is what you want. We call it hip slide axis tilt. You slide the hip forward. Now, you won't have any tilt if you slide the whole body forward. And then you're going to have these low shots and you won't get the ball. So here I'm just demonstrating a little bit of a lateral bump forward. Now that creates a little bit of side bend or upper body side bend there. So that's really, and we talked about chunking these positions together. So you just work on, the one drill would be just hold your shoulders and turn your hips to the right. We said we don't want to lock the knee. We don't want that right hip to ride up. There you go. Shoulders are still going to be down. And then you just, from there, you just a little bump forward. That should shift your...
Shifting the weight a little bit, but not really. Keeping it still on the back foot and then coming through.
Yeah, your pelvis is going to shift toward the target, and you're just not going to let your upper body move forward with the pelvis, that's all. Like right there. Watch this little subtle move I make here. Right there. That's just a little subtle move. Now from there, I'm just going to unwind. So what do I mean by unwind? I make the bump. Now I unwind from the bottom, hips first, and the torso second. All right. Now, so you're still working on balance, so you want your right knee. I'll send you a sheet. I have a PDF of all these functional movements.